Hello and welcome to my kitchen. I am Judith. Today we are making a mushroom risotto. This version is not vegetarian, but it could be if you wanted it to be. The only reason it's not is because my vegetable stock went off, so I have to use chicken stock. So we start with a warm pan with some olive oil, and we're going to soften finely chopped half an onion, and move it around. We don't want to brown it, we just want it to soften. Then we're going to add 3 finely chopped garlic cloves. And you could use a garlic crusher if you prefer, or just mince them with a knife. Garlic only takes a few seconds to get fragrant. Then we're going to push everything aside. We want the middle of the pan free for our rice. This is 1 cup of Arborio rice. And just pour it in there. Give it a little spread around. And what we're going to do now is let the rice cook, because we don't want to brown it again, but we want it to cook so that the edges are translucent and the center is still white. So that will take some time, and you're going to stir it every now and then so that the individual grains all get their chance at the heat. Alright, that's had about 5-7 minutes. And the onions are starting to brown. The rice is just getting to the perfect translucent around the edges and white in the middle stage. We are going to add 200 grams of chopped mushrooms. Now most of them are coarsely chopped, but I did nicely slice some of the prettier mushrooms. And once they're cooked, we can use them for decoration. Now I know most recipes will tell you to put the mushrooms in with the onions, or after the onions and before the rice. But mushrooms release a lot of water, and it didn't want to boil the rice. So we're going to add a little bit more olive oil so the mushrooms will cook. And we have pushed the rice to the side. And this is on a very low heat. Mix that oil into the mushrooms because they do soak up a lot. Make sure they're well cleaned. You don't want to get a bunch of grit in your mouth when you're eating your dinner. So we'll give that a few minutes and stirring it regularly, and we'll be back with the rest of the recipe. Okay, the mushrooms have started to cook, and this has only been about 5 minutes. And they are all mixed in with the rice. So what we're going to do now is add some good white wine. Approximately a glass. 1 glass, so 250 mils, half a cup. We're not adding salt to this because we are going to add Parmesan cheese, and that has its own level of salt. If you like things saltier, you could add a little bit of salt. Okay, and now we have 3½ cups of hot chicken stock. If you want to make it vegetarian, you could use vegetable stock, but like I said, my vegetable stock was off, so we're going with the chicken stock today. And just add a couple of ladles. And you want to turn the heat up a little bit because you want it to bubble. So we've only gone up a couple of notches on the stove here. It doesn't. So we want the rice to absorb the liquid. And as it absorbs the liquid, we are going to add more. We're also going to add the Parmesan cheese, some chopped parsley, And to finish it off, some white truffle oil. This is going to go on. We'll put a little bit in the dish itself, and then we're going to top it with some white truffle oil. A lot of the liquid has cooked away. The rice is still not cooked, obviously. So we add some more chicken stock, another ladle or two, depending on how much you've got in there, what the size of your pan is. It smells delicious. So we just keep cooking until the rice is nearly done. And then we're going to remove it from the heat, put a lid on, and let it rest for about 5 minutes, and it will be glorious. So we just still have to cook this some more. I think we have another, this might be enough chicken stock, or we might need to add some more. Like I said, I had 3.5 cups of chicken stock. We may not need it all. It always varies depending on the rice itself and the temperature it's cooked at. So we will return when this is cooked away and see how it's doing. Alright, so it's had another 5 or 10 minutes there. And if you're not sure how well your rice is cooking, do check it in a couple of grains. And they're getting very close, so I don't think we need any more of the chicken stock. Now we're going to add about a teaspoon of white truffle oil. About a 1/2 cup of grated parmesan cheese. And stir that in there. Add about a tablespoon of chopped fresh parsley. If you don't like parsley or don't have fresh parsley, use dried if you like, or by all means, whatever herb is your favorite. We're going to give it a few more minutes. I don't think it's quite ready for the final resting stage yet. Rice is still a little bit undercooked, but it will be very soon. So I'm going to turn the heat down. Now you can serve the mushroom risotto with a wonderful salad, and it is vegetarian if you've made it with the vegetable stock. If you're not worried about vegetarian meals, you could serve it with whatever your protein of choice is. Today I am going to serve with wonderful seared prawns and scallops and some steamed asparagus. So just let me check again. At this stage, it does not take long before the rice is actually cooked. Okay, I think we can remove it from the heat, put the lid on, and now it just needs to rest for about 5 minutes or so. And then that is mushroom risotto with seared prawns and scallops and some nice steamed asparagus. It can be vegetarian if you substitute vegetable broth for the chicken broth, obviously. Thank you so much for watching. Drop a like, make a comment, and subscribe. And I love you. We'll see you soon with another recipe.